And we're back.
And I'm not shining.
And we are relocated to the corner of the table. And now the television's on in the back.
It's okay.
Okay, is it okay? I hope so. Don't pay attention to TV. Pay attention to us. We have something to say. Okay. So ladies, we're back, and we just did part 1 of our self-talk video, and basically we were talking about labels that we put on ourselves, and Leslie gave you guys some examples of labels that we've had to carry, or not had to, but self-inflicted labels that we have given ourselves in the past, and what they can do, and how they impact us. So right now what we want to get into really is the depth of how we talk to ourselves on a day-to-day basis, and the importance of changing that to move forward and to have a better outlook and a better opinion of ourselves, ladies, because I believe that what we think of ourselves is actually crucial to how we treat other people and where we end up, where we're going to go. So, Leslie, you want to start and kind of give your thoughts on how we talk to ourselves on a daily basis? And I'm thinking, like, I want you to get a visual of a woman speaking to herself in a mirror all day long. What you see, what you think, and what input you're taking in.
Well, I think it goes back to what we were talking about before, as far as how hard we are on ourselves. You know, I think everything plays a part. Where you are in your life, what's going on. You know, there were mornings when I was unemployed, I would wake up and say, oh, here we go again. You know, I mean, people do that when they work too, but, you know, I started eating at myself because I was sitting at home and I felt like I was getting fat, and I wasn't getting enough adult stimulation during the day. I mean, Aubrey's cool, but
yeah, that's important. Lady time is important.
And then I would feel guilty if I was on the phone too much, you know, with my mom or my sister or something, and I wasn't spending more time with Aubrey. I just literally would just beat myself up every day, you know. I need to work out. I need to go do this. I need to get out. And a lot of times when you beat yourself up like that, you turn to things that aren't helpful, you know. Well, I spend all day in the house, so tonight I'm going to go out with my friends and have a drink.
Oh, yeah.
Well, then it turns into a once-a-week thing. And then it turns into late nights. And, you know, it's just...
I've earned it.
Yeah.
I've earned this. I do. Yeah.
Instead of earning drinks, earn your pillow.
Earn your pillow. Earn your pillow every day. That's, that one. Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, well,
I really like it.
I do too.
I
do too, but sometimes you're... and this is a little sidetrack here.
Right.
But the earn your pillow thought process means that put so much into your day, your awake hours, that at night when you lay down, you know that you have earned it. You have earned that pillow for today. And that can look different for many people, because depending on how hard you on yourself is how you know, whether you feel like you've earned it or not, you know. And me, I personally, I'm very hard on myself, and I'll stay up till 2 a.m. because I don't feel like I've earned my pillow yet, because my expectation for myself is so high. So, and I'm not changing that. I want my expectations for myself to be high, but I also need to rest. So that's like a...
Well, here's a good thing to do, though. Before you go to bed at night, make a list of things that you've done. Detailed list.
Oh, trust me.
Of things that you've done.
I've done that before.
You know, I mean, that way you can say,
I did a lot.
I think I've earned my pillow.
Did good. I've done good.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, but anyway.
Okay, so off that track.
Right.
Anyway.
We're just, as women, we're just hard on ourselves.
We are very hard on ourselves, and I think, too, it's because we think so much about what other people think of us. We apply that to ourselves. And I want to go into a little bit about the neurological side of this, because Leslie and I were talking before we started this video that basically what you tell yourself on a daily basis, this is your input. So if you picture yourself as being big walking, talking computer, okay? Your brain is the motherboard that controls everything, stores everything. And it's very important what type of data goes into the computer so that you don't get a virus and shut everything down. And I mean that in a literal way. You can put so much junk in here that you literally start to shut down as a person.
Mm-hmm.
You start to, you settle into depression. You have anxiety attacks. You literally, I mean, that's where, anorexia and bulimia and things like that take place because of what we think of ourselves. So in that thought process, if we think about that like that, people we don't have television yet. You see, I do have a TV. We have Netflix at our house. We got rid of the Caitlin, please turn that down. We got rid of the satellite because of so much junk. I mean, unbelievable amounts of junk that were taking up productive time in our family. And please do not think that I'm judging people who watch television or have television, but I saw an impact in our home based on what we were watching every day. So to change that course, we decided to get rid of it, and the reason we have Netflix is we can control it. Mm-hmm. We literally can control what the kids see because I can see a history of what they've watched all day, and if it's something I don't approve of, they know that mom's going to know it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So we decided to start controlling what we put into our minds, and that includes the books that we've been reading. We read, as a family, we read a lot. We read a lot of things that are, I personally read a lot of Christian books, but I also read a lot of leadership books that have completely changed the way that I see things in the world. I mean, I can't even tell you, the power of your mind is unbelievable. It really is. You can literally create the lifestyle that you want by fixing this. Mm-hmm. Literally. It's amazing. And if people took the time to do that, I'm really bad for the mirror self-talk when I get ready in the mornings. I'm hating my hair. I am thinking about the size of my thighs and just not liking anything I see. Literally from the time I get up and then when I go to bed and get my shower, I do the same talk again. So I give myself this.
So instead of giving yourself the time that you have with yourself, instead of giving yourself positivity, you're mm-hmm. breaking yourself down.
Absolutely.
I'm guilty of it too. I'm just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but beginning and end of day. Mm-hmm. So literally, like, my day is sandwiched in by criticism by my own self. Mm-hmm. Not by my husband. My husband thinks that I'm absolutely perfect the way that I am.
Right.
It's not him. Even though half the time I think he sees me the same way I see me. Because I'll be like, I'll put that off on him. I'll be more standoffish or not as comfortable around him as what I should be as my husband. And he's like, honey, stop.
Right.
I love you the way you are. Stop beating yourself up. Da, da, da. And I'm just like, don't lie to me. I know.
What do you think you're comparing yourself to?
Honestly, I know me, and I compare myself to
a previous you?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Me too. I don't have I was just wondering.
It's not a person or
right?
a famous thing or, a specific thing. I literally look at where I was about 4 years ago. Mm-hmm. It was about 4 years ago. And I think,
I want her back.
Right. I'm like, she's in there. She's somewhere around in here. She came out one time, but she went away so fast.
Right.
Where did she go? And I sit and I have a picture of myself. My girlfriend and I went on a random beach trip one year, and when we went to the beach, and the little guys that go around and take your picture on the beach or whatever to get you to do those little eye thingies. we did one of those, and we went to get the picture, from the little shop, and the pictures were great. I mean, her and I were in awesome shape. I mean, literally, we were in awesome shape. And I found it in the basement not too long ago, like just a few weeks ago, and I'm like, that's it. I'm getting back there. I was determined. Girl, I'm like, what? Who am I kidding? Who am I kidding? That, I think, of where I was in my life at that time. Like, okay, what was I doing that allowed me to take that type of control over my physical being?
Mm-hmm.
And I was off 3 days a week because I was working 12-hour shifts in a factory. So 3 to 4 days a week, I was off, and my kids would be in school, so I'd be in the gym.
Mm-hmm.
I had time. And I also lived with my mom at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So guess what?
You had a sitter.
I didn't have a big old house to take care of either. I contributed there in my little ways or whatever, but my kids and I were staying in 2 rooms in the upstairs of her house, and it didn't really get that dirty. It was just us 3 there. And so I had a lot more time. It literally boiled down to time.
Mm-hmm.
And now that I'm a mom of 2 with 2 stepdaughters, a husband, and a big house to take care of on a daily basis, plus working 5 days a week, then I have my photography that I started too. It's no wonder I don't look like I used to. I mean, think about that, but why do I beat myself up? Why do we beat ourselves up about it?
Well, the interesting thing is that and I don't know if we've talked about this before or not, but I've had people tell me that I look like someone famous.
We did talk about this the other day.
And I hate it. I can't stand it. And it should be something where I feel flattered, but I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
I will beat myself up more that I don't look like I did 20 years ago. Not 20 years ago, that's a little extreme. Maybe 10 years ago.
When she was 10.
Yeah. Maybe 10 years ago. But I won't beat myself up. I'm not going to allow myself to beat myself up because I'm comparing myself to a person who literally gets airbrushed when they open their eyeballs in the morning.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. No. I truly get that. And we were talking, too, the importance of why does that offend us? And some people take that as a compliment.
Mm-hmm.
Leslie and I actually do not think that that's a compliment for somebody to say, oh, you look like so-and-so. Mm-hmm. Because... no, I look like me.
Right.
Like, now I'm me. Like, I'm not her, and why can't it be that she looks like me?
Right.
She looks like I do. I don't look like her.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I get it.
It's flattering. It is flattering. It's nice for someone to say, oh, you look pretty, or you look like this
But how
woman,
hard would
she's
it
beautiful.
be instead of saying you look like blank, just saying, Leslie, you're beautiful.
Right.
Because obviously that's what they mean by, well, hopefully that's what they mean by that. And I used to get told I look like Chucky. But I don't think that was a compliment.
No. But he's cute.
I think they're talking about the scary one.
Oh.
I don't know.
I thought it was the one.
I'm kidding. I think so too. I'm just kidding. I don't know. They were mean. But with that being said, you just don't want to be labeled. Again, the labels.
Right.
That's another thing with
But
the
what do
labels.
you do when somebody says, oh, you're beautiful?
Me?
Yeah, I know, right?
What
do you do with it?
I usually don't accept it. I mean, truly, if someone says you're beautiful, I say thanks, but always.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, but I need this, or oh, girl, thanks. Thanks for flattering me.
Do you feel inclined to reciprocate with a compliment? Because
I naturally just do.
Yeah.
I think you don't even think about it. I was like, girl, you look good too. You look great, or whatever. If somebody compliments me,
mm-hmm.
I automatically come back with something. I'm sure to compliment them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I probably don't even think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Not to say that I don't mean what I say, but
right.
I'm saying to avoid the show being on
mm-hmm.
me, I put it back on them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's my point.
Yeah. I literally will take it away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do that.
I do that.
Even my husband, he'll say, he'll straight up say, babe, you look sexy. And I'm like, no, you're the sexy one.
You just like the sandwich I made. That's what I do. I'm like, you don't think I'm good looking, you just like what I made you for lunch.
Right. I don't. I put it back on him and tell him, no, you're the one. I'm the lucky one here, not you.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway, we're going to stop here, and we're letting these go a little bit longer than 10 minutes, obviously, but I hope we're getting the
I hope we're
to
at
the
least
gist of what we're trying to
Right.
accomplish here. And in the third video, we'll actually nail it down to specific things that we need to be doing and why, so that we can move forward as a group here to empower one another and to feel good about ourselves. So with that, that's the end of this video, and come back for part 3.